Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Citizen Air, the platform where we speak truth to power. Today is the 8th of October, 2023. It's approximately 36 minutes past 8 in the evening in the UK and same time in Nigeria. And I bid you all good evening. The man you see in this picture is about to give us a very detailed discussion as to how he sees things and how he sees the UK in terms of the ill treatment of Africa. And he actually doesn't hold back at all. He speaks it as it should be. And it is quite interesting. It's good to hear this kind of frank and open discussion and honesty about the situation. All too often, as black people, we've often felt this is the case, and we've not felt as though some people in the countries that have been carrying out the colonization have been fully aware. It appears that some of them are aware, and that's very good to know. So the government is, in a way, separate from the people, and the people, some of them, like this man, for example, and many others, are speaking up, and he actually is supporting our our cause for freedom in Africa. So I have to applaud that, and he actually calls out the UK government particularly. Um, I want you to have a listen. You take and take a view. Let's hear your views on it. It's quite interesting. You're of course watching Season A, the platform where we speak truth to power. Here we go. Let's have a listen, and then I'll probably come and make some comments afterwards. Let's have a listen. Here goes.
When this collapse comes, and it's going to come, we in the UK are going to need to have some serious reflection on mistakes that have been made, and especially our foreign policy in history. And we're going to have to rely on these nations that we've been stealing from for years to deal with us, because we need them. We're not like Russia. We're not self-sufficient. Russia has its own oil, its own food, its own. It doesn't have to import anything. It can survive without the world. We, a tiny little island, do not have that luxury. We need to import. That's why we've stolen so much shit in the history. So, what happens, do you think, in the next decade as African countries are rising and getting more powerful? And the Western countries that had them under their heel for so long, like the UK where I live, are on the way down and their economies are collapsing. What help do you think we're going to get from those countries that are becoming more powerful? How do you think that the Africans are going to look towards the English with regards to trade deals and buying their uranium off them if we need to? They're not going to look too kindly, are they? Especially if there's absolutely no apologies whatsoever. And as far as I can tell, this country doesn't apologise for jack shit. And the reason it doesn't apologise is because if it apologised for the stuff that it's done, it'd have to start giving back all of the stuff that it's stolen. I've spent hours inside the British Museum. That place is an absolute... It's a treasure trove. It's incredible. And it's nearly all nicked. And we're going to have to, in the UK, in the West, really start looking at our place in the world and really start looking as to whether we really do value the things that we say we do. I saw somebody earlier saying, this is what the West do. They just play pretend. It's no wonder the West now accept a man being a woman if he just identifies as one, because we in the UK have been identifying as a nation that is on the side of law and order. A nation that values free speech as it's censoring everybody. A nation that values freedom of the press and is a shining light and a beacon for freedom of the press throughout the world, whilst it's literally torturing the best journalists the world has ever seen in its capital. We say we are these things. Our government says them all the time. The diplomats are like that. But it's just all hot air. Nothing we do as a country backs up what these people are saying the country is. Nothing. I love my country, and that's what I want my country to turn into, to be. I think it's the most patriotic thing a person can do. But when I talk about these things, people call me a Putin puppet. They've been propagandized to such a degree, they don't know their allies when they meet them. And we've got some serious, serious apologizing to do in this country.
It's called groveling.
To all of these nations that we have stolen from, to all of these nations whose leaders we've helped assassinate and overthrow.
Absolutely.
All of these coups that we've done around the world in countries just because we didn't like what they did. So we killed them and we overthrew them and we put in a dictator who created a secret service and was just brutal to the people in that country. We didn't care. As long as we carried on getting the oil. We're meant to be a country that cares about these things. It cares about truth and honesty and justice. This country prides itself on the UK justice system. Well, there's no greater injustice in this world right now than the imprisonment of Julian Assange, and we're the ones doing it in the UK. And to all those people in Africa, rise up. I'm in the West and I'm fighting for you. And I tell you, we really are the people in the country, the people in the UK, the people in this chat in the UK who know the truth. We're on your side. We want our country to be the things that it says it is, and it's clearly not. And I really do wish to see the rise of Africa in my lifetime. I would love to see it. And we're seeing at the moment the rise of Russia and China. I'd love Africa to go with that as well. But this is not good for the West, especially if we carry on the way we are, acting as if everything we've done has been noble and pure. And that's just not the truth, is it?
I do believe that man had quite a mouthful to say. And he supports Africa in standing up for ourselves. His words were, if I can find that place.
When this collapse comes, and it's going
let me forward it there.
Now,
so let me.
True justice.
1 second.
Rise.
1 second. Listen to this. I want you to listen to this. Listen.
And to all those people in Africa,
listen.
Rise up. I'm in the West and I'm fighting for you. And I tell you, we really are the people in the country, the people in the UK, the people in this chat in the UK who know the truth. We're on your side. We want our country to be the things that it says it is, and it's clearly not. And I really do wish to see the rise of Africa in my lifetime. I would love to see it. And we're seeing at the moment the rise.
And that is so important. The rise of Africa, and to see it in his lifetime, our lifetime. That's what we want. I think we need to be very clear about one thing. Just like in the case of France, and as you see in the UK people, quite a lot of them see what their government is doing that is wrong, and they're calling it out. And kudos to this man for having the guts to speak out against this kind of injustice and actually saying he's on the side of Africans. Very, very important point there. And I felt I needed to talk about this, to really bring this to the platform so we could not have a discussion. I'm probably going to go on a live broadcast and actually look at this again and talk about this from this point of view. But it's really, really important that when we say Africa is rising, the fact that people in the colonial countries are sensing the rise of Africa, and they're saying they're with us. It shows that something is really something big, something great is happening in Africa. For the first time in over 500 years, we are now beginning to stand up. Niger is showing the way. When Niger is saying no more, are we going to be allowing the French to force us to sell our uranium at 80 cents per kilo? No, we are selling it at world prices, 200 euros per kilo. That's what we sell it at now. We are in control. We don't want you on our land. Every single part of Africa must be free from the colonials. It's time we woke up. So we are very clear. We got some friends even in those countries. It's really important that we understand that. You know, so I mean, kudos to the guy. Let me just play that bit again.
We're on your side.
We are on your side.
We want our country to be the things that it says.
We are on your side. You see? I mean, he hit the nails. The assassinations, the exploitation, the killings. He touched on it all. There is no hiding place. There is no hiding place for the colonials here now. There's none. There's none. When even their people are saying this is wrong, and they're championing, they're calling, they're urging Africans to go forward and reclaim back what is ours. We need to do it. We must. This is not about, now you can see we're not talking about being angry or this is, the time is now. Africa, arise. Africa, arise. Africa, arise. This man said quite a lot that none of us can dispute. Even the colonials themselves will have to admit. And the UK finds it extremely difficult to say sorry. Because they know, like I said, if they say sorry, the things they looted, they will have to hand back. But they still have to say that story. That sorry must come forth. And they must hand back, whether they like it or not, the things they looted. The time has come. I'm sorry to say, the chickens have come home to what? To roost. That's what it is. And we need to be very clear. What is wrong is wrong. And I am calling on all African countries from here on. Follow the footsteps of Niger. Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, Guinea. Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, yeah, those three, and Guinea. And we need to stand up for our people. And all of us in Africa, it is time to wake up. The most blessed continent on earth, over 30% of the world's mineral resources. And all of the colonials are fighting over themselves about taking control of it at the expense of us, the people. And that's why when it said, you know, we are on your side. You know, listen again. I want you to listen to
The oil.
You see?
We're meant to be a country that cares about these things. It cares about truth and honesty and justice. This country prides itself on the UK justice system.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's no greater injustice in this world right now than the imprisonment of Julian Assange, and we're the ones doing it in the UK.
Now listen, here we go.
And to all those people in Africa, rise up.
Rise
I'm
up.
in the West and I'm fighting for you. And I tell you, we really are. The people in the country, the people in the UK, the people in this chat in the UK who know the truth, we're on your side.
We're on your side. We're on your side. Rise up, Africans. Rise up, Africans. I don't think I need to say any more than that. I think I'm probably going to, that's what I'm going to be. You should expect to see the words "Rise Up, Africans" as the comment from this broadcast. It's very, very important. It's a powerful point, and it is a point that cannot be overstated. Kudos to him for saying all the words, and you can watch the whole thing all over again. What are your thoughts as an African hearing this from a person from a colonizer country, and being frank and admitting the failings that his government are failing to admit? And that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes. Let us have your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on it? How do you see this? As I speak to you, of course, keep in mind the naira is still 0.0013 of the dollar, 0.0011 of the pound, 0.0015. There's one, yeah, point 0.0013 of the euro. I think it's something like that, or 1/12 of the euro. No, it's 1/12 of the euro. So that tells you all you need to know. Our currencies is being used as being kept down to oppress and suppress and extract our resources at dirt cheap prices. So he's right to call it out. Let me play one more section before we wrap it up.
We want our country to be the things that it says it is, and it's clearly not. And I really do wish to see the rise of Africa in my lifetime. I would love to see it.
I really do wish to see the rise of Africa in my lifetime. Those are powerful words. Those are powerful words, words we should hold on to. If we're having any doubts about the steps we're taking and the awakening that's happening in an African continent, those words should spur us on to embrace the awakening in Africa, because it's time for Africa to rise, to reclaim our rightful place on our continent. No one is begrudging Europe holding on to their place in their continent. It's their continent. But we have been denied our rightful place in our continent, and that is wrong. That is extremely wrong. And it is time we collectively as Africans stand up and reclaim what is rightfully ours. Nothing more, nothing less. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please help us grow this platform. Subscribe to Citizen AY, hit the notification button, give us a thumbs up, and help us reach more people. How can you help? This is the simplest way you can do this. Subscribe, hit the notification button, give us a thumbs up, and help us reach more people. We really appreciate your support. Please continue to help us grow the platform. We're trying to reach the magical 3,000 subscribers on this platform and go beyond that. There's a lot more work we're trying to do. We're trying to reach as many people across the whole of the continent of Africa, and those like this man here who have firm belief that Africa will reclaim its rightful place. And like I said, he wants to see Africa rise in his lifetime, and he supports us. He supports this. And we need ourselves to believe in ourselves. No matter what anybody else says. It is time for Africans to believe that Africa, it is our time to rise in Africa and to claim our rightful place. Nothing more, nothing less. The time has come. Africa, arise. Africa, arise. Africa, arise. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please subscribe, hit the notification button, give us a thumbs up, and help us reach more people by giving us comments, like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you so very much for watching. You've been watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'll back later on. Thank you, and bye for now. Thank you.